Hello everyone, welcome to Rooted Wisdom. It's Michelle here, and I have another reading for you. Today's reading, we're going to be looking into what exactly is 5D consciousness. I mentioned this on the Willow and Roots channel that I was going to be doing a video on this. More and more I've encountered people who believe that the fifth dimension is actually a place. Like we're somehow going to be transported into another reality. And yes, before I started taking my spirituality seriously, I would hear a lot of teachers and spiritual practitioners mention the 5D when they talk about it. It was said in a way like almost like an Alice in Wonderland experience or a Wizard of Oz experience. So somehow you're going to be taken to this place where everyone would be working with each other. There would be peace and harmony, no wars, no fighting, no diseases. Everyone will be healthy, and there would be such a great and amazing community spirit. And that sounds lovely. That sounds absolutely amazing. But more and more I started to realize, especially when I started taking my spirituality seriously, that the 5D is actually within us, right? So the fifth dimension in our reality is actually a state of being. We possess the fifth dimension and the many other dimensions. It is within us. It is how we conduct ourselves, our beliefs, our thought process, our feelings. When you hear about vibrating at a higher frequency, a frequency that is in alignment with the fifth dimension, it's actually shifting your train of thoughts, your actions, your feelings to a more harmonious, balance, in some cases neutral vibration, being able to maintain harmony in chaos, maintain harmony and high vibration in environments where they're low frequency and a lot of heavy energies. So this was quite interesting because I don't think that it's broken down in this way in the spiritual community. It is still explained as a place where we're going to go, when in fact, once we make the adjustments, where we work on ourselves, we embrace who we are, we heal a lot of our traumas and troubles, etc., and we start to live more authentically, living in truth, following our heart and not being afraid of showing who we are or speaking up for ourselves. That's the 5D. And if more people did that, where they were honest with themselves and honest with others, then you would see a shift. That is the shift. The more people who make these changes with themselves, that's how we can work together to build that utopia that we're constantly hearing about. That's where we would be inspired to create systems that works for all. That's where we would be able to work on respecting the environment, because in that utopia everyone is heard, no one is shut out, no one is being silenced, everyone has an input, everyone has a say, and it is discussed, it is taken on board, and it helps towards creating this structure, this social structure, again, that would be beneficial to all. So we're the ones that will bring this utopia to life. But it's when we connect with ourselves, understand who we are. That's the challenge. And I met an incredible spiritual practitioner, and we were talking about this. We spoke about our thoughts on the 5D and what we believed it to be earlier in our spiritual journey and how we feel about it now. And it made sense. We bounced ideas off each other. But what was lovely was being able to communicate with someone, even though we may have certain views that are different, we're able to voice them, and we were able to come to a middle ground, a common ground. It was wonderful. It was uplifting, it was high vibrational energy. There was good feeling, goodwill, laughter. A lot of the qualities that we need to possess includes joy, intention. That is the most important quality. What is your intention? Why are you doing this? Always needing to know and asking yourself why you are taking certain actions or doing certain things or saying certain things or feeling a particular way. What is the intention behind it for yourself and also the intentions of others? Being honest is another quality that we all need to possess. And I'm not saying that people weren't lying before, but since the pandemic, there has been an incredible shift of dishonesty. Or maybe because of the age of Aquarius, the truth has been revealed based on people's intentions, that a lot of people are dishonest, living dishonestly, acting with deceit. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing how humanity has turned a blind eye to matters that needs their attention, really and truly looking into who they are, healing a lot of their wounds, finding out where their anger and frustration is coming from. Part of the dishonesty as well. And it's happening with a lot of the civil unrest. And that is, what are you fighting for? Asking yourself, am I really out there fighting because of what happened, the event that occurred? Or am I fighting because I am angry about how my life is going, how the world is evolving, how people are? That needs to be said. The truth has to be revealed. Even if you say, well, it's all of those things, that would be okay. That would be acceptable. But majority of the population are taking advantage of certain events, negative events, to purge. Some may say that's a good thing, but of course it has its consequences. There's also a detached numbness with humanity as well, where we tend to turn a blind eye, where we can justify someone's demise based on their views, their opinions. It's just really, really odd. How can it be okay for someone to be silenced permanently because their views differs from your own? I mean, that makes absolutely no sense. Yet, a person who has committed a crime and they meet their demise, somehow they are mourned for it. It just doesn't make any sense. So the 5D that is spoken about, we have a lot of work to do. We have a hell of a lot of work to do. And for this shift to occur, and I'm hearing other spiritual teachers speak on, well, it's not the majority of the population. It's a hell of a lot of the population that is needed to make this shift to that dimension. Because 5D is not like how it is now, where you have all this madness. There is a lot of tolerance, compassion, love, but love in its purest form, respect, all kingdoms. With humanity, there is no love for humanity. We will love an animal more than we love a human, your own kind. And I find that disturbing as well. I'm not saying hate the animals, but there has to be an equal level of love and respect for all. Look at what's happening to kids. It's just unbelievable. The turning a blind eye and somehow, oh yeah, we're going to get into the 5D. You have to change what is within. There's an incredible medium on YouTube, and she made a point, and it's quite interesting. Her views on life in this realm is that this is actually hell, and somehow, for whatever reason, we all have incarnated here. Some of us have been, the souls have been kidnapped. I really don't understand that, her views, but it's quite amusing when you think about it. But we have a lot of work to do, humanity, we do. And this is based on my channeling and what I was shown. And that is, the pandemic was an opportunity for us to make the shift. That is, it was an opportunity for us to go within. And I'm not saying that people did not do that. A fair amount of people didn't do that. I'm not saying that they did. A fair amount of people were able to go inwards, were able to transform their lives, were able to have a different outlook on life. But it wasn't the amount that's needed for this 5D shift. It was an opportunity for everyone to be in this space, to be able to heal, to purge any type of baggage that they're carrying, to be honest with themselves, to be able to see the truth of the situation that they were facing in their personal life and in the world on a whole. But many people chose to be dishonest. At that time, we had the opportunity to stand up for ourselves and to say no. Imagine a fruit and it's ripe. In Jamaica, we said the fruit is fit, meaning that it is just right, it is perfect, it is ready for consumption, perfectly ripe at its peak. That was the opportunity for us. And we missed the boat on that one. However, it is not too late. I'm hearing it's never too late. But the challenges that comes with change becomes greater the longer we take to stand up for ourselves and to say no. Again, during the pandemic, it was a perfect time. If majority said no, it would have been a little bit of challenge, but nothing great. Now it's becoming more challenging, more difficult. It's almost like a box closing in slowly, slowly, slowly. So we're losing a lot of rights. We're being silenced. So the more we allow a lot of the restrictions to happen, to occur, the more difficult it is going to take to open the box, okay, to push back. But it doesn't mean that we can't. It's just going to require more people on board and with more force. The journey to the 5D, right, where everyone knows themselves to a degree, where everyone is more connected with who they are and living honestly and authentically, wanting peace, so on and so forth. A lot of the teachers and a lot of the spiritual practitioners are speaking about the end result. They're not really speaking on the journey to the outcome. And the journey to the outcome is not an easy one. And we can see this in history with a lot of uprising. Not everyone is going to make it. And it's not going to happen anytime soon either. The journey to this utopia state of being is a long one. And there are many transformations that will occur within ourselves and in society. A lot of adjusting. But the more pressure that is put upon us, the more we are being nudged to look within ourselves and to stand in our power. What I do find refreshing, because there are a few spiritual teachers I watch on YouTube, and what is interesting is before they were embodying the unicorn energy, right? So that is them really focusing on the outcome. Now I see that they're on the ego energy, where it's all about telling the truth now, speaking on the nitty gritty, difficult, grimy stuff that will occur on the journey to the 5D. And I like that because it's honest, and that is what we're here for. That's what we're supposed to be doing. It's telling the truth. It is not to hide information and messages from humanity. It's to tell the truth, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it is going to get ugly, very ugly. If you think that what is going on now is bad, it's just the tip of the iceberg. So that's what I was shown. I was also shown like a timeline, but it wasn't like specific, because in the spiritual realm there's no time, but in our realm there's time. And it's like one day is like 100 years. It's like a long span of time. So we're not going to be there yet. We're not just going to jump into 5D like next year or in 5 years. It's not going to be that. As a matter of fact, many people who are alive now are not going to be alive to see it. We're here to set the bar. We're here to set things in motion, the actions towards moving into this realm, right? Or state of being, where we are connecting and behaving in a way that when passed down to future generation, they will know themselves, they will connect with themselves and behave in a way that is in alignment with the fifth dimensional energy. Okay, so I am done waffling here. Let's get some cards. Universe source, what guidance do you have for the collective regarding the 5D? Okay. Ooh, that is quite interesting here. We have card number 4, paradigm shift. Look at that. It does look like a pretty scary card, to be honest. And you have this person completely vulnerable. They're naked, right? Vulnerable, but they're surrendering. It's like, I'm letting go of all of my possessions, of my beliefs. It's like being a clean slate here, going back to the pure and the original self. And it's stepping into, we have here the fire energy with the triangle above the door. So that is, for me, the divine spark energy. That is life force energy, right? But it's having to be in a particular state of being in order to step into this new dimension. Not everyone is welcomed, or not every vibration is welcomed. That's quite interesting. Okay. I must say, and I'm really have to speak on this energy here. And what I'm being told to share with everyone is to be mindful of who or what you are worshiping. Because the false god, right? The false religion is here. And many people are practicing it. You will know what I'm talking about. It's for you to build a relationship again with the Creator. And in doing so, it's connecting with yourself. It's understanding yourself, embracing who you are, calling on the Creator to be with you, to guide you, to be devoted to the Creator. That's the way. Building that relationship with God. Because I am getting with this card, and it doesn't mean it, but it's being led astray. There are many who are being led astray. And whatever religious belief they are practicing, or spiritual belief they are practicing, it sounds convincing, really, really good. But there is something malicious involved. So it's so important to use discernment and to research. Okay, I'm going to get the guidebook. You are undergoing radical growth in your belief systems. Now is the time to challenge old attitudes and question previous expectations. You are in an extraordinary time. Great leaps forward can be made in a moment. The world you thought you knew can suddenly break open, and a new world can become your reality. Now, even in that, it sounds like you're going into Oz. You're going to be transported to another dimension or another environment. But it's within That shift is an internal one. There's also a choice here with this card. Right? The choice is you can stay outside of the door or you can open the door and go in. Right? But the key thing to take into consideration here is, where does it lead? And there's so many avenues here because there's so many spiritual practices and religions. So it looks like there's a door for all of them. So this is where you have to connect with yourself. Again, understand yourself and be able to see your situation in life clearly. To be able to make the right decision. The decision that's right for you. The path that's right for you. So we have here air, energy, card number 9, and we have balance. So we have mental balance when it comes to air, balance with communication. So what I am picking up with this is a balance with what we hear, right? What we think about, what we take on board, and how we process it, the information given, information on belief systems, information on how we feel about ourselves, information on what we're taught, information on events and situations in our lives and also in the world. The balance represents processing it, being able to see both sides of a situation and gain more information, asking the right questions, seeking the answers to both sides of the argument, and then somehow finding that middle ground. Because there is some truth in that saying. The truth is somewhere in the middle. But to get to that truth, we have to research, we have to investigate, we have to discern, we have to be comfortable again with who we are. It's also speaking on not overthinking. Again, okay, that's several cards. 2, we have a shadow and a light. Interesting. Dimensional spirit. Dimensional of spirit. Total freedom. Look at that, breaking the chains. Wow. Then we have air of shadow. Unseated anxiety. I mean, what I'm immediately picking up is not fearing that someone is out to get you or the boogeyman is out to get you. I have to constantly watch my back. I have to be a very good person because I don't want to be the bad guy or to have the boogeyman come for me. It's like, no, you have to break the chains. You break the chains by knowing your rights, by understanding universal law as well. You break the chains by breaking that binding of a system that doesn't work for you anymore or for anyone. Seeing where or what you are contributing your energy, your time, your essence to. Okay, let's read these cards. Okay, dimensionals of spirit. As the energies of the dimensional expanse embody into the spirit of creativity, all paths and portals are made available. So connecting to yourself, connecting to the universe, connecting to source, the creator, all paths and portals are made available. So it's like all information and doors are opening to you to a deeper understanding of your existence, of life, of why you are here, and what it's all about. Inspired action, unexpected ideas, self empowerment, the direction I don't see, and demonstrating that it is possible. The card reminds me that I can go towards anything I prefer and calls me to see beyond any concept I might hold of freedom, possibility, or potential. Being able to see beyond, being able to move into this energy, this state of being, 5D harmony, peace, neutrality, and be able to create the life and the reality that you desire for yourself, for your family, for the collective. But if everyone was in this energy, this is how we have total freedom. This is how we break the chains. Unseated anxiety, air of shadow. As the interconnected intelligence fall into denial, it scares itself away from empowerment. So, not believing in the self, not believing in spirit, source, the creator, you do nothing. You don't recognize your power. Dark thoughts and frightful suspicions that tumble into a self-perpetuating startlement and keep us from standing in our power and facing the unknown. This is exactly what's happening now to the majority. This card indicates how one can interpret the mysterious in a negative way and thereby elicit a narrative that scares us from our throne. It's like expecting the worst. It doesn't exist. It is what it is, that expression. If it's meant to be, it will be. It's calling for everyone to, again, connect with themselves and to be empowered. You are empowered when you know thyself. This is how we get to that dimension, that fifth dimension, that state of being, so that we can bring about these positive changes. Build the life that we all deserve. Build a system that would be advantageous to future generations. Okay, let's get some tarot. Okay, do you have any more guidance? Five of Cups. Wow. So we're focusing on emotional body here. We have the Queen of Cups. Wow, look at that. It's giving me self-love vibes. It stems from feeling good about yourself. Tackling the emotional body. Our emotional body. Our emotional baggage. Ace of Wands. That's where change begins. That's where progress begins. With the self. Bottom of the deck. The King of Swords. Look at that. I'm pulling this one as well. Bottom of the deck, Justice. Order is restored. It also speaks on universal law. Knowing your rights. Not giving away your rights. Now we have the masculine and the feminine here. So it has a lot to do with also balancing your emotional body and your mental body, but more importantly, the roles of the masculine and the feminine. The feminine in her truest form, the Queen of Cups. The masculine in his truest form, the King of Swords. So we have the feeler and the thinker. We have the planner with the masculine, solutions with the masculine, the nurturer and the supporter. And I'm going to do another video on that with the roles of the masculine and the feminine. The masculine is here to protect and serve, right? The feminine is here to nurture and support. So it is important to have a balance of these two energies within, so in all of us, but also individually, so men and women embodying these energies, so masculine and feminine. So if you're female, making sure that you are embodying the feminine energy while maintaining a balance of both the masculine and the feminine. The masculine, the action oriented, the protect and serve energy, but it is not a very dominant energy that you are meant to be living by. If you are female, it's meant to be the feminine, the nurturer, the supporter. It doesn't mean that you're not independent or you're not meant to work. It's none of that. It's an essence that we carry. And for the masculine, the same. Right? You're here to protect and serve. If you are a man, this is your dominant energy. But you should maintain a balance of both the masculine and the feminine within. So having compassion, right? This is what helps you to know when to help someone, when to protect someone, when to offer guidance and solutions, because you are able to sense when something is off. Okay? This is not about I'm going to be crying when I'm watching a rom-com. It's not that type of energy, but it's an energy that allows you to tap into certain energies, to sense, to know. And this is the action where you do. This is telling you this needs to be done. You're sensing something needs to be done, or you're sensing I need to tackle that in order to succeed. I need to accomplish that in order to succeed. But this is your dominant energy here, to protect and serve. Okay, so it keeps popping up in these readings because I do think that there is an imbalance, and that is another reason why a lot of the energies and a lot of the, I'm hearing corruption, is occurring in this realm. It's because there is a confusion with the masculine and the feminine. And this doesn't have anything to do with if you are someone who is in a male-on-male relationship or female-female relationship. It's not that. It is embodying the essence of the actual energy that you carry. Okay? It's very, very important. And I know a lot of people who are in same-sex relationships, and the women embody the feminine and the men embody the masculine. But in the same breath, within themselves, they know how to balance both those energies. Right? There is a neutral energy, and they use it in a way that helps them to excel in life, to know what actions to take. Okay, let's get another card. So we have here Queen of Pentacles. Lovely. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles, it's all about having your house in order, right? So this is beautiful to get because the Pentacles represents the tangible, right? So this is something that we can see, feel, and touch. And once everyone, humanity, has grasped this concept and found balance, within themselves, understanding who they are and embracing it, this is when we can make great headways. We can make great moves, monumental moves towards this fifth dimension. Abundance, this card says. Virgo energy with organization and the third eye. So being able to see how we can improve, how we can build, how all will benefit. Being able to create systems that work, that doesn't need to be constantly monitored. Because once it's been created, it will just work on its own, because this is all well thought out. It is not about anyone taking advantage of others or only doing things for monetary gains. The abundance is for all. And with it being a queen, the feminine, we're looking at fertility here, growth. Some people call this card the pre-empress. So many people may say, well, yes, it's the feminine energy, it's the time of the feminine. Yes, but the meaning of that is growth. Growth. It's what the feminine embodies. Creation, growth, nurture, compassion, foresight, to feel. So that is what will be present in what we create. So it's not necessarily, I am going to be a feminine. If you're a masculine, I'm going to be a feminine. It's not that. It is actually the creation of anything that benefits the collective. That's what this is speaking on. This is when we will be seeing a system that works, a system that is beneficial to all, a system that has longevity. Very nice. I am going to end the reading right here. If anyone would like a part 2 of this, or if you have any questions, please leave a comment in the comment section. I am so happy that you guys have tuned in. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you are interested in a personal reading or mentorship, information on that is in the description box. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And share this video with anyone you feel will benefit from it. I would like to wish you all a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I'll see you next time. Bye.